welcome to my Twitch.tv, and today I just want to say something about Phasmophobia, that I've made a custom difficulty combination which makes the game very hard to find out what ghost is. First, let's say hello to YouTube and bring them along, because I think this is one thing that I want to really discuss about, and I think it's like totally and utterly a combo that needs to be in the class of the Reward Multiplier. Even though I have posted it, let's say hello to YouTube before I say anything else. Hello YouTube, and welcome to Just Chatting on Game Nature, even though it's on Twitch only moment. And today I want to chat to you about something, about a specific combination that I have made in Phasmophobia, which makes the game super, almost impossible. Super hard and almost like impossible to get the ghost. Now, I have posted a picture in Phasmophobia's Discord about this. So, without further ado, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification or some anytime my video, and let's get on chatting. Right. Well, getting on into the video. Right. Now, the picture I sent in Phasmophobia's Discord thingy is this. As you can see here, this is what I got. This is edited, by the way, in the way where I can see all the major settings that I have got it as. This is the custom difficulty that I thought it absolutely impossible. The friendly ghost is on. The ghost will never hunt. Turn the setting on will result in 0 rewards. Yeah, that is good in a way, but also bad. Because if you have start sanity at 0, even though start sanity can start at 100 as well to make it even a bit more harder for yourself, but it makes it easier to track shade. So that's why I got 0, and then it's hard to find out whether it's shade or not, because the shade is a bit more active. Also, but look at these two bottom ones. Evidence given, 0. Cursed possessions, quantity, 0. These two are the major factors on finding the ghost. Now there are a couple more settings that I could adjust to make the game a bit more playable and a bit more, a lot easier for Ghost to find out what Ghost is. But I don't think it can get any easier without. But even if I adjust them, it won't be as easy as getting. So the only two that I can adjust are these two to find out what Ghost is. So I could turn all my evidence up to 3. If I turn it up to 3, I'll get 0 rewards, but I'm gathering evidence. But it means I'm getting no evidence. That should be some sort of reward modifier. But then again, I could be having the cursed possessions on. If I have it on random, it's still classed as a cursed possession, so that means it'll be a 0 reward modifier. Because I'm basically like cheating the game. But means I got these turned on to 0 and a 0 sanity, it makes the game 10 times harder to find out what ghost it actually is. And I get so fed up. It's like there's no need for anything like that. You know what? I could show you much better in the PowerPoint, but I don't know whether that make it easy. Yeah, but it's very hard. It's very, very hard. So starting sanity is at 0, I could adjust that to 100, make it a bit harder with all the other ghosts, but then it makes it super easy for the shade. If I had it down to 0, it makes it harder for all ghosts, even though the ghosts will be more active. Shade will be more active, while the 100% shade will be shady. But then it could be a mimic. But what makes it even harder, even though you can probably figure out what ghost it is the mimic. That there's a ghost in there called the mimic that can mimic any ghost, just about any ghost. It can mimic itself. And that's what can make the game very hard. Now, for this modifier, when I use this modifier, I don't use the video camera at all. I don't use any evidence times. I don't even use the video camera. Even though the evidence is on, you can still know when. But if you use the video camera in the house when you got 0 evidence and 0 questions, and if you see orbs, matter of fact, the ghost I'm talking about is the mimic. Let me just launch the game up and I'll tell you more about it real quick. Oops. Let me just increase that. I'm going to launch the game real quick and we'll talk about it inside the game. Just waiting for the game to load up and then I'll show you. I'm not going to play any games. I'm just showing you. Right, I'm on the game.
Ready for you.
You hear that? Yeah, right. Before we get into any modifiers or anything like that, I just wanted to show you something about the journal here. Let me just whip over to this. Hello, game. Thank you very much. Right, here it is. Let's go to the ghosts. Let's go over to the mimic. The mimic is an elusive, mysterious copycat ghost that mirrors traits and behaviors from others, including other ghost types. Which means from others. I don't know why they put from others, which means including ghost types. I don't know why. Anyway, strength. Being unsure what this ghost is capable of. Be careful. Now look at the weakness. Weakness. Several reports have noted ghost orb sightings near mimics. So the mimic will always have ghost orbs. That's why I don't take in the video camera when I'm doing, and I need to show you again on a minute. Get it. Let me get this image up again for you. When I have this on here, when I have on it, you can't see me. When I have, oh, you still can't see me. When I have this on here, and I mean, this is what I mean. So, speaking of the mimic, here, on here, zero evidence, the mimic will still give orbs. Even if you have zero evidence. That's why I don't go in with any sort of video camera when I got the modifier set in these settings. Because you're basically cheating the game. You're thinking like, oh, that's a mimic because you found orbs. But that's the only evidence you can get. So leave the video camera in truck. The only thing I'll take in Mimi into the house in this Reward Multiplier is an EMF to find out what it touches so I can get a photo. Also, another thing is I take in a glow stick for footsteps to figure out whether it's a wraith. Now let me just come up here to you and take me up to the desktop. Take you past the desktop. Here we go. This is what I wrote down here. These are all the ghost abilities and on how to find the ghost when you are on this modifier that I have created, because I find it easier. Now, there are some ghosts that you can't even know what the ghost is. There's basically about 9 to 7 ghosts, depending on how well they do their abilities and how quick they do them or whatever. It's like, depending whether you got like a game where all ghosts are just almost all shy. I have those type of games anyway. So this is what I'm coming up with. The spirit. Spirit, 0. You won't be able to detect the spirit. Because in the game, if you look at the spirit, a spirit has no strength. It only has a weakness of like with the smudge sticks. But the weakness only happens to stop a hunt for 3 minutes. So if you smudge a ghost, and the ghost does not hunt for 3 minutes, it's a spirit. Unless it's a mimic. Mimic could do the same thing. Because it could be a spirit, but then it changes straight into a different ghost in the middle of the smudge and then hunts. But mainly thing, imagine if the mimic wasn't a thing. Imagine the mimic was not in the game at all. If I did this modifier, it will be fairly easy to find out, oh that's a poltergeist, big mega throws, oh that's a banshee, that's a Ure, such and such. But the mimic is going to be very hard. You have to pay very close attention to the mimic when you're doing this modifier, because the reason why, if you're on this modifier and the ghost and the mimic, especially me, I don't use a video camera to find the orb because it's cheating, and I won't know whether it's a mimic because I'm not taking the video camera, because I get 0 evidence because that's what it's supposed to be. I'll be like, oh, okay. It might mimic a banshee by doing the banshee scream and the parabolic mic. Like, that's the only way I can find a banshee in this modifier. And then next thing, it could turn into a mimic, which, if a mimic turns into a mimic, it doesn't do anything. Because the mimic will mimic itself, meaning it'll do nothing. It basically like shade. Say if the mimic turns into shade and you're above 35% sanity, even more, you might be above 50, you might be above 75% sanity, the shade will do nothing. It'll be inactive. Say if this ghost then started blowing out loads of candles after a while, after like a few seconds or a minute or two later, it starts blowing out loads of candles like it's been on Rio. Then all of a sudden it stops blowing out candles, and then it just like starts doing big explosions of items and big massive throws like it's a poltergeist. But then a few minutes later, it might turn into something like doing in loads of interactions, loads of ghost events. Could be like a Fae or an Oni. That's what I mean by this modifier. It's going to be very hard. You got to pay very close attention. The only ghost that you can't figure out in this modifier is these ghosts: Spirit, Revenant, Shade, Demon, Raichu, Abarke, or Deodon. All those require hunts to figure them out. The only way you can figure out a rev, like I said, with the Spirit, you only can figure it out by using a smudge. Let me put you back to the game. Let's do this now. So look, Spirit only smudge to stop a hunt for 3 minutes. A rev here. Rev to let me just move down there a minute. Rev is to, so this is how a rev works. When a rev is in hunting range, you know when it's rev by the speed. If the player is far away from this ghost as possible, maybe in a different room and the rev, so like if you're in a high school in an asylum and you're upstairs and the ghost is downstairs, you'll hear those footsteps be very slow. If the player is upstairs and the reverend is downstairs, the rev will be very slow walking. So it goes duh, 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 duh. However, if the player then comes downstairs towards the rev, it will speed up. Or the rev finally makes its way to where the player is and speeds up just before it stops hunting or whatever. That's it. You know when it's rev. Now, there's also, deodorant is an inverted rev. So with the deodorant will speed up, will start its hunt by being super fast until it finds the player. Then when it finds the player, it goes super slow. So if you're hiding from this ghost, so like have no line of sight of it, it will kill you. Especially if you haven't got a smudge to defend yourself to get out of the hiding spot. It will kill you. Also, a barcade is going to be almost impossible to figure out because it's got hardly no special ability. Let me show you. A barcade. The only way you can find out a barcade is by the fingerprints. With no fingerprints and no evidence, it can't do that. And with its weakness not working as intended, you won't be able to do it. Especially if it doesn't do it in Ghost and then it only does it during the hunt. That is going to be impossible. That's also on here. Raichu. Now I'm not sure about the Raichu. I don't know whether you can find out a Raichu by your equipment. So I haven't even tested this that much. But if the Raichu does a ghost event from far away, does it affect your equipment from far away like it does during the hunt? I'm not sure about that one. I need to test one for myself. But especially if it doesn't, then it's gonna be hard. If it does, I can then change that. But this is why sometimes it's very hard because you can't get any evidence. I've got a video coming up on New Year's Eve on me doing this. A zero modifier run. But it's not a zero modifier, it's a friendly ghost run where I try to figure out ghosts without hunting. Hunts help you figure out the ghost. And that's what it is. But then it's also about survival. If you survive them, then that's good. If you don't, you don't. Alright? Demons. Now, we all know the demons. The demon can early hunt and has a 5-meter range from where it uses the crucifix. So it'll be stopped by the crucifix within the 5-meter range. And that's why demons fear the crucifix and will be less aggressive near one, meaning it will use it. To me, meaning the crucifix only has 2 uses and you only got 2 crucifixes, it'll use it like within seconds. It'll use 2 crucifixes within a minute or 2. Which to me, if you're going to have a fear of a crucifix, it should be scared of it. Okay? So to me, I think the weakness of demons should be the demons should be scared of the crucifix, so it won't go into a hunt and it won't go near. It won't. I think it should be the demon will be inactive when the crucifix is placed in the room, unless so it'll be scared, and then it could eat one of them, and then it starts using them up, and then eventually it's gone. Now, I don't know how you make it work, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Also, demons will in this state hunt more often than other ghosts, meaning it'll hunt at any percent sanity, even though the hunt is about 10% sanity when a demon will actually hunt. But the demon has the ability where it can hunt at any percent sanity, which I think it's like, there's been several times where I have a ghost that early hunts and I've been blasted by it, I get killed by it. So I've been killed by several demons because of its early hunting ability, which I don't like. To me, I much prefer if demons have ability to fake hunt rather than hunt really. But I expect for a ghost event to happen first before a hunt. Which it doesn't. Just straight hunts. Which that's what throws me off all the time. Anyway, on to the next one. Shade. When you're at 100% sanity, the shade is absolutely useless. It does nothing. But when you're at 0% sanity or below 35, it will be more active. So that's why I want to keep it at 0% sanity so I can get all ghosts in there and it'll have a big, huge struggle to find them. Right, Faye. Faye can hunt at 75% sanity. Hold on, guys. There we go. So, a Fae is going to be easy to spot because you could have a ghost that be very active, does loads of ghost scents and interactions, and then after a while of you saying in that ghost room, it just becomes a completely shy ghost, almost like a shade. But it's that old, it can't do anything. Now, let's talk about the modifier now. Close that up. This is the modifier I am on now. I've been messing around. And this is one thing I would like. This is how I set it up. So sanity makes the Reward Modifier go down a bit. So I could at 0% sanity, I'll leave this restoration. I could even set at 0 because of what is the point? Yeah, I could take sanity pills and then just have 0 restoration, but what is the point? Because if I'm at 0% sanity and I'm on the friendly ghost, I would have automatically took that off. Because you can't. Well, your sanity is good. I could make it up to a very 100. I'm not. I could set that at 0 to make it even more. I could do that, but I'm not going to do that. That's cheating. You know, sometimes I do really wish I could do that because I get fed up of it sometimes, but especially when it's like bugged out in the map. But I don't. I deal with it. Instant. Of course, I'll take that down to 3 because I'll be needing to have that on. It's up to me whether I want to sprint in or not, because it is a friendly ghost after all, so it won't make a difference. Flight sights on and off, I could have it off, I could have the brake broken, but it'll make the ghost. That could also make it 10 times difficult for like Jin, because Jin can't turn on the light, and a mare as well, because it can't smash the light, but also it can't use its ability unless you have the light switch on, and then it turns off. With Diamond Death, I could turn that on or off while the friendly goes on. It won't make a difference, but I'll keep it on for the setting. So, do it. Won't even matter. Ghost, 125, no. Ghost will be 100. Moment frequency, yeah, I have high, because if I'm going to do this modifier, this is what I'm going to do. If I have this modifier, I want that moment frequency to be high. So it's going to be even harder for me to get that ghost. Because I have 0 evidence, I got a friendly ghost, not at a risk, but it'll be hard, because it goes to the ghost vent, move ghost room, then I gotta try and find where the ghost is, gotta try and figure out what it's doing, it's all about, at the end of the day, I learned this from Obsidia as well, it's all about listening out for the interactions, looking out for their abilities, and stuff like that. At least 5 ghosts, 9 ghosts are not possible, except for one that I need test, I will do. I could have it change its favourite ghost room to high, meaning it changes all the time, so not only does it roam, it changes the ghost room nearly all the time. I could have that high, but I don't have it high, I have it low because it's even more difficult. I could have that high, but not, I have it low to make it more difficult. I don't agree in this. To me, this friendly ghost setting is on, right? Hear me out. This friendly ghost is on. I got 0 evidence. I haven't got any cursed possessions. I got 0 sanity. I haven't got 0 cursed possessions. Yeah, I got no cursed sessions. That way, it is hard. Because I got nothing to find out what the ghost is. So, to me, it is hard. And I could have low events, low interactions to make it even more harder, because if I have high events, it might be easier. But no, the events doesn't make it even easier. And say with interaction, but I'll keep them on low just in case. But if you have the roaming too high, it's going to make it even 10 times harder to find the ghost, because it's roaming all the time. Not only that, it also changes ghost room a lot, which also makes it harder, because you gotta keep trying to find out where the ghost is, what stuff is in there, what can it throw, what can it do, is there any light switches nearby, and all that stuff. Cursed lessons, 0. No cursed lessons, no events, nothing. You can't trigger anything. Plus, you can't get any evidence anyway, so it won't do right in the dots. I don't have the activity monitor on because I don't want to find out whether it's twins or not. Even though I won't know whether it's twins because it doesn't do EMA 5, but I can look out for twin tracking maybe, so I turn that off. Sanity monitor, what is the point of that? Having that on. Even if I get cursed, I don't want to know whether I get cursed or not. If I have a parabolic in my hand and it goes whispers, and then I rush out the house to check my sanity, I could see it drop down that low, and then it's more. Even if I take sanity pills, I won't know what it is. Whether it is a more or not, because it will never hunt. It's hard, isn't it? And also, all hiding spots are turned off, because why do you need hiding spots? The ghost will never hunt, so turn it off. Doors start open. I have that on high, so that it makes it harder. Weather can be random. It can be heavy rain, but well, keep it as random. Setup time 0. I could have it at 5, but I don't, but the ghost will never hunt. So this is what I mean. It's hard as it is to do this. And look out for more videos coming in the future of this, because I want to keep this going as much as possible. This is it. Even though, yeah, you might think, oh, you're not at risk. But not all about being at risk all the time. It's all about getting the evidence, getting the ghost right and correct, and getting out there. If it was me, I would have a new difficulty, and I would set my custom difficulty. Oops. This is it. I'd set my custom difficulty at least a 5 times multiplier for me, because obviously it's above nightmare mode. Because nightmare mode you only get 2 pieces of evidence, it extends kills and that, and it's a bit harder because you haven't got any sanity on activity monitor. But means this is 10 times harder than nightmare mode. It'll have a 5 times difficulty. End of. You're not at risk. Put that into account. But it is 10 times harder as a difficulty instead of a risk difficulty. Say like if the game was all about risks and a difficulty for risks, then it'll have a hunt duration, it'll have a hunt time, it'll have a grace period time. Actually, it does have a grace period, doesn't it? Yeah. almost got, it does have grace period. But, you know what I mean, it doesn't have a hunt duration. You could have a grace period of 0, but then a hunt duration of, like, 1 second or, like, 10 seconds, and then it stops. It should be grace period is here. Wait, where is the grace? Ah, the grace period might be... No, yeah. Oh, no. The grace period will be in here, because it's not on here. Wait, if I turn that off, there's a grace period there, look. See? Oh, yeah, you can do it. Actually, hunt durations, high, low, high. This is a 12 times modifier, right? 13 times modifier. This doesn't do anything. So I just turn that off. So, listen. So, if that's a 13, the max you can go is 13 times 13.7 modifier. If I turn the friendly ghost on, that'd be immediately straight at 5 reward multiplier. Lower than what is if you're getting hunted. But higher than the other difficulties because obviously it is harder based on difficulty. However, if I decided to say like I want to have 3 events together. If I decide to have 3 events together, that reward multiplier, even if, say like, with the reward multiplier, I could turn 1 evidence on. That'll go straight to 0 because I'm using 1 evidence to try and get at least a ghost. It'll be hard with just 1 evidence because you gotta find that 1 evidence. But with 2 and 3, that's gonna be pretty easy to find the ghost with just doing ghost events because you got no risk factor to take while you're trying to get the evidence. But means you got no evidence, it doesn't matter. I don't even take any evidence items. I could even do a star item challenge with this modifier, but never. But if I just do a star item challenge, I have got no other equipment to take, and I'm just going to have to guess the ghost blindly, completely blindly. That's what I mean. So, at least a 5 times modifier will be good, because in Nightmare mode you get a 4 times modifier, in Professional you get a 3 times modifier, in Intermediate you get a 2 times modifier, and in Amateur you get 1 time modifier because you get 5. You get a set time of 5 minutes, and in Intermediate you get 2.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So yeah, that's why it's hard. So all those people think it's gonna be alright to keep that as a 0 reward modifier, you're wrong. To me, I want to challenge you guys to do this modifier and see how difficult it is to guess the ghost. Don't just do 1 mission, do a few missions, and you'll see it's much harder to find out what ghost it is than normal missions. Remember to always look out for its abilities and the interactions. Listen to the interactions, listen to its abilities, look out for the and what events does it do, and you might be able to get the ghost right. But other than that, it's 10 times harder. So I don't take crucifix when I'm in that difficulty. I don't even take smudges, I don't even take all my video cameras, I don't take all my darts, I don't take all my writing books, I don't take all my UV lights, I don't take all my EMS, all my promos, spirit boxes, or anything like that, because I know I don't need them all. I just need the basic star items. And then just use secondary evidence, like, I don't even take sand pills. I just need to take my secondary evidence, like salt, sound sensors. I just use sound sensors, salt, motion sensors, track the ghost, sound sensors, track the ghost. I use salt to figure out whether it's a wraith or not, with a glow stick. I use a photo camera to figure out whether it's a phantom or not. Even though it is 10 times harder to get a ghost photo as well, because you don't have the summon circle to get the ghost photo with. But also, it's not about that as well, because if you just play like Nightmare or Professional, you might not get the summon circle at all. But then you might get a tarot card, which you get a devil card. Get a ghost photo like that. Music box. You can get a ghost photo by the music box. But stuff like the mirror, Ouija board, and the voodoo doll, you can't do that unless you want to be risky and take it during the hunt. So I use the parabolic mic to listen out for a myling. Myling can be very hard when using parabolic mic, but it is useful sometimes. Banshee screams. Banshee screams are almost very rare, so it's going to be very hard to find a banshee. Also, Moroi. If you play at 0% sanity with a friendly ghost, it is going to be impossible to find out whether it's a Moroi, even with your screens off. Even if you have 1% sanity and you turn the screens off, it's also going to be hard. And this is what I mean. I don't get what people... One of the moderators said to me when I replied to my post, it makes sense to keep it at 0. I don't think it makes sense, because it's not giving you the experience of what you just done. Someone says you can put this in display, but I can't see a way you can do that. See? Ah! You can. Oh wait, I've got an idea. Wait. But I don't think you can do this. Oh, minute. Let me help you there, buddy. Oi. Can I completely get in? Can I completely glitch this in? Side. Very hard to do. I don't think it can. Right, you are in the middle. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. What's that one mean? And also, right. So, this is the modifier this is what I would like to see as a modifier, at least a 5-time modifier. Now people might think, yeah, should be lower, but if you have a specific combination, then it'll class as the 5 times. If you figure with that and make it easier, it's not. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Hope you enjoyed that one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit notifications every time I upload a video, and hope to see more views coming out soon and more just chatting moments. So, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Anyway, like I said about that, it is gonna be hard to find a ghost just by doing it the way I do. I have played a few games with a friendly ghost, 0 standing, 0 evidence, and 0 correspondence. Pardon me. Oops. I'm so sorry about that. I do apologise. Anyway, it's like I was saying, it's so hard to find the ghost like that. So it's so hard to find the ghost like that. So I have got to say, the only way to find the ghost is very hard. I have 7 moments where I got the ghost wrong, because I thought it was one ghost, but it actually turned out to be another ghost. It's very hard. Anyway, that means said, I'll see you in the next video, or should I say next stream, which is tomorrow, and I hope you enjoyed. That YouTube video I just done is going to be up in January next year, 2023. So yeah, like I said, short little stream. Just wanted to show you about it and tell you about it. So that being said, I'll see you in the next Just Chatting episode. And I'll see you tomorrow with another stream, hopefully. Or might not, I might just take a day off to carry on with rendering more videos. and that getting ready for fest season is up to me. Anyway, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Tuesday. Bye Twitch, and good night and good stay. Bye.